Okay, so I'm back and I'd logged out, so the game hasn't progressed. I'm in 1890. Financially, getting better and better and better. My last 3 years, 2.21, 2.61, 2.08. So that is let's see, 82.90. I'm making 1 point, oh, excuse me, duh, $2.30 million a year. Exactly that for the last 3 years, which is great. It's only 1890. I'm already making 2.3 million a year. That's a pretty good foundation to work on. And as I logged out last time, it was telling me that train number one, which is my initial food line, is old and needs to be replaced. The thing is, I'm at 98% on food. Okay, so I really have this route pretty well perfectly adjusted for Omaha's food demand. So if I upgrade my train to the 260 Mogul, I'm going to start pushing more food down the line and I'm going to create a surplus. And right now I don't really have a... I mean, I can truck it over to Cleveland or I could truck it over to South Bend, but that's not really ideal right now. That the really perfect solution for me at the moment, if I wanted to replace the train, is replace it with the train, just a copy of what it already is. Um, and not adjust it because the distance and the speed and the amount of cargo it's running is perfectly in tune with Omaha's needs. So there's no real reason to upset that balance and create a less efficient route just by going faster. I mean, maybe I start making more money, but I cause an oversupply, and then I start carrying less cargo, and all of a sudden that upgrade isn't looking to be so beneficial to me. So what my long range plans on this route is, I know I already have 3 other trains I want to build. Okay, I have the oil line down by Norfolk, and I have the twin food lines that'll go through the tunnel serving these two cities, where right over here, Virginia Beach and Anchorage. Boy, talk about misplacing cities. One's in Alaska, one's on the East Coast, but here they are neighbors. And I mentioned this before. I think the solution for me to generate more income out of this line and risk potentially upsetting the apple cart of balance here is to extend it out to here, bypass this terminal, probably destroy it, just bring this down here and pick this up as my food processing plant for this line. Because with the faster train, running it down here will probably allow me to add a little bit more cargo capacity, generate a lot more money, and I'll build this with a terminal and 2 tracks, and then in the far distant future, maybe not too far distant future, run a livestock line out of here and either come down here and bend around, most likely shoot this gap, come across the bridge and come into here and pull cargo back for Bakersfield, potentially maybe even Bellevue. That would let me run 2 more trains and provide more food to more cities, build more bus lines, and all of this it's the kind of thing you have to look to do if you're trying to hit $1 billion. You have to maximize as much as you can over the whole map, especially with the easy starter routes. You want to exploit every easy starter route you can find because it stays simple and not complicated, and it allows you to generate a lot of income. So I think I'll build my other 2 lines first and then extend this one out. Do I want to replace the train in the meantime? Probably not, because I'm making a whole lot of money as I bring these lines up and to full capacity. Now they'll take a couple years longer than this last one did because this route was pretty well established. I just added 1 more stop on it, so it came up to capacity really fast. These will take a little bit longer. This one will take some time. Then the initial one will take some time, but then it's just a matter of adding another train, so that'll be quick. And I think at that point I'll upgrade this train. Maybe after I build the Norfolk line, if I have enough money, I'll just replace this train with the same train and cut down the maintenance costs on it. So for right now, let's build this Norfolk line and see how that goes. Now again, I don't know if I'm ever going to want to go the other way with this. Like for example, I haven't really looked at this, and I'm probably not going to get into plastics. It gets real convoluted. But if I was looking at doing bigger and better things overall, I'd run oil. I'd bring crude down here, and then I'd have a line bring oil and not fuel all the way back, say, to the chemical plant, convert the oil into plastic, have another train move that down line to wherever I needed to go to create products with it, and I'd have this short little stretch of train line where my oil train would run empty. But considering the length of the overall line and how relatively short this is compared to the overall line, I would still generate a decent income off that line. So I think I'll make this able to go both ways. I'm probably not going to get into doing this. I haven't researched whether I can easily move planks into this town, but if I can, that's something I may consider for the future. We'll have to see. For now, I figured out what I want to know, and that is I want to make this both ways, just in case I choose to use it like that in the future. Reset to freight, reset to 320, and without the threat of any town building out this way anytime soon, I'll just leave it at one line. And if I decide to expand it to 2 in the future, I will. Now, I want to angle it probably about like that. I may decide to make a little tunnel there, I don't know. Or just a little climb. If I go way out around, it's probably not the most efficient way of doing it. So I'll leave that where it's at for now. As I move north, I'll decide what I want to do. Now here, the station is pointed the wrong way. Hopefully if I extend this road out, it'll let me build this way with my station and still have the oil well be in the catchment area or the refinery. Guaranteed I need to build that road. Hopefully this will work. So let's see if I can come here. Yes, perfect. Okay. Use my shift key and get this right where I want it. Okay, I have to be this close to do it. That'll work. And now ideally we're going to come right up this way and make this climb out of here. Is it climb out or climb in? I guess this is the little valley I'm going down into. I'll try to make that as gentle a dip as possible because my train coming this way is going to have to climb up the grade to get to the station. I also want to make the turn as gentle as possible. It looks like there will be a little bit of terrain forming, but not a whole lot. Yeah, you want to make a bridge? I want a bridge. You want to make it expensive? I don't want that either, but there's not too much I can do about it. Do I want to just get rid of this road? I'm not going to have trucks on this road. I don't really care if whoever's using this road has an easy time of it or not. You know? I'm using it for rail, and I want my rail to go as smoothly as possible. So whoever's using this road is just going to have to deal with a less efficient road. I will build the road back. Let's wait. I'll extend my... I'm aiming for right over here. So now let's build the road back so they don't yell at me. Too much slope. Well, la-di-da. Okay. It will let me cross over like that. Like I said, I don't care if this is an efficient path for the trucks down there. I'm not going to be using it. Not all the way out to the refinery. I don't think so. If I do, I'll just deal with this. Not worried about it for now. That's way in the distant future before I'd use that refinery to provide any kind of local product. So I'm just going to do a minor amount of terrain following here. I could build straight across, but I'm just going to make this curve gently this way, kind of lessen the impact of the small climb I have. Oops, probably want to connect my track if I want my train not to derail. Just a thought. Okay. Are there any forests around here? No, because there's a sawmill right there. And I was talking about maybe doing plastic, but there's literally there's no trees growing around here anywhere. Why this sawmill is built here, I don't know. No idea what they're cutting. Talk about a bad place to build a sawmill. This guy's going out of business. He has no logs. He has no logs anywhere close to him. Maybe he deforested the whole area. And he's run himself out of business and probably caused the desert in the first place by taking away all the trees. I don't know. Let's blame him. Whoever owns this sawmill, you suck. So now I have to negotiate this ridge out this way. Obvious solution. Curve in. If I build a tunnel, I build a tunnel. Nope, I'm not going to build a tunnel. Darn. Oh, if I go that way, I could build a tunnel, but no, I'd build a bridge. I don't want to do that. I want to keep my costs as low as possible. I have a whole lot of track I want to lay and trains I want to build here as quickly as possible. So I don't want to throw money away. Okay, my track is built. My station's built. My station's built. Again, it's going to be a single train on the line for now. So I don't need a double track. I don't need to do anything else. Let's look at this. Now, we'll set up Norfolk and then I'll talk about the road situation. I'm going to be bringing in fuel. I'm going to be servicing the southern end of town. Eventually, if I bring in food, I'm going to be doing the middle of town. So once again, I want to see if I can get everything with one build. Ooh, can I get this? That'd be so nice. Okay, see, here's what it wants to do. It wants to line up with this road, which takes out 2 buildings. Whereas I just want to try to take out 1. I don't care if I line all my streets up nice and pretty for the moment. Builds. Now let's see if I can put a freight terminal somewhere in here and pick up almost all these buildings, with right now the emphasis being on industry. Well, there I get all my industry. I don't get all my commercial. There I don't get all my commercial. Ooh, 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 ooh. One little reject dude over there that squeezed a dry cleaner or something in between residential buildings. Maybe he's like the first ever 7-Eleven ever built. and he's providing oats for the horses and local newspaper and coffee for the passerbys. I don't know. Whatever he is over there, he's probably a cobbler or something. I won't be able to serve him. I'll just have to deal with that. I'm not bringing in food anyway right now, so we'll build this right here, and I got almost everybody. That'll work. This is a big town anyway, so I'm going to have a lot of demand. But let's look at this truck route. The way it's currently set up, I have to come all the way out here and around and back. But remember, I'm getting paid for this distance. This route is probably twice as long as what this distance is, so this is a case where I want to build my own road. It's going to be better for me in the long run just to say, okay, trucks, I need you to come this way because it's going to make a lot more sense. And since I'm coming down this main road, let's see, do I want to go this way? Do I want to go this way? You know, that's really a choice. I think I want to go this way. Simply for the fact that this main road is going to be generating a whole bunch of other traffic in town. This road isn't. So instead of adding all these future trucks to this road, I'll add it to this road out here, and hopefully it won't be as congested. Oops. I have a little hill right here. I think I'm going to go around. So I want to come this way. Does make a difference. Hills impact the ability of these horses and trucks and trucks and trains. It impacts the ability of your vehicles to. It modifies their top speed as well. So it does impact how much money you make or lose off a truck route. Okay, built. Now I want to add in my station here, my truck station. As far down this way as possible and still light up the train station. That'll do it. Bam. Bam, bam. I need my depots. So let's just build this depot. And my train depot. Doesn't really matter if it's at the end anymore, but I'm going to build it there just in case. I don't think I'll be making any minor adjustments to my train, but you never know. So I may as well be ready if I decide to do it. Okay. Define my lines and off we go. And let's see, wow. Demand is 76. That's a lot. This can be a really profitable setup. This is awesome. I want to have a lot of trucks. And again, like I said, I know they're horses. I still call them trucks. Let's do 9, and then we'll adjust. Line 7, time to build the train. It's going to be a big Papa train. The mogul's probably going to be screaming at me because I'm going to load it down. That's okay, you can do it, buddy. Got all the money in the world. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have enough money left over, I think, just to go right in and build the food train, which will be awesome. So there is 70, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's make it a full train. If I have too much, I'll figure out some place to use it or dump it in the desert, and I'll have the first version of the painted desert before the real painted desert was discovered. Of course, it'll be painted black, but photography was only black and white anyway back then, so that what the people don't know won't hurt them, and maybe it'll attract some passengers. See that? That doesn't work. I need to actually sync these lines up. Not that difficult a mistake to make. There we go. Now it'll let me assign the line. Turn it all on and watch the magic happen. Okay, now this is a long line. I'm going to let it run once. It's telling me that it is 14 minutes. Okay, so that's cool. Could have even been longer. Matter of fact, it says line 6 is longer than this. Wow. Wow. Of course, I'm running a lot more cars on this, so this will be more profitable. I actually thought this was going to be a couple minutes longer, but it's not. So it's just going to sit here and take several iterations through the loop to start generating income. And the reason why I built extra capacity on my cars was, if I have to, I will probably, I will probably build a truck line, and this will be future plans anyway, into Anchorage. I'll build another truck route. The road already exists. I just have to build a little spur this way. Be able to truck more into Anchorage. That most likely will let me build another train down this way with fuel, because if I still have too much, I can build it into Topeka. And then the cool thing will be, when I add my food line, which will be coming up real soon, I'm going to go get a drink and do some things and come back and do this next step. I will have a couple trains running this way, bringing food here and here. And since my trucks can carry all cargo types, it will allow the food from Anchorage to get transferred over to Norfolk, and the oil from here will get transferred over there. And then when I hook up the other towns, we'll see the fuel come to Anchorage and go over to Virginia Beach. And so maybe 2, conceivably 3 trains running on this line for fuel, and 2 or 3 trains running on this line for food, and I'm going to get both into 4 towns, and that's really going to give me a boost on income. This will be amazing. Now, like right now, making $2.3 million a year, obviously with the huge expenditure on track and train. I lost money last year, but you'll see this ramp up real soon, and I'll try to get this additional line in place. Well, I'm just going to take a break for about an hour and come back and do it, because I think I have the money I need for it already. And we'll get everything in place, and early in the 1900s, you're going to see my income really jump up. I mean, significantly jump up, because I have a whole bunch of potential earnings yet to be exploited, just waiting to be exploited here. So my financiers are already drooling and salivating and slapping me on the back and offering me cigars and women because of this potential income they see headed their way soon. I will be back in a little bit.